Good morning, everybody. Make sure you share this live. Let's see how many people I can get on this chat. It's KP in the morning, every Thursday at 10 a.m. I got a lot to talk about this morning. Who has seen the Quiet on the Set documentary? I got a full breakdown. I watched the entire doc, and I'm here to tell you that documentary is not what they're making it out to be. Quiet on the Set doc, full breakdown coming up in a few minutes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the studio, and good morning to you. My name is DJ KP, and this is the little show I like to call KP in the Morning. Real chill vibes. We're all just waking up. Let's wake up together. Let's drink some coffee together and get this day started the right way. I got a big topic to discuss this morning. This morning it's all about Quiet on the Set documentary. Who has seen the documentary? I watched the entire thing, all 4 or 5 episodes yesterday. I watched the entire thing yesterday. Incredible documentary, tragic documentary. And I'm here to tell you that documentary is not what everyone is making it out to be. I got a full breakdown coming up in a little bit, so share that live and let me know. Have you seen the documentary already? It's called Quiet on the Set. It's on HBO Max, it's on Amazon Prime, and I think one more streamer. Absolutely the talk of the world right now, the talk of the country. Drake Bell, tragic story. Amanda Bynes, tragic story. I got a full breakdown and a whole lot more coming up. You don't want to miss it. Share this live and let me know. Have you seen the documentary? KP in the Morning, guys. Welcome. I also got a big sports section and a big music section. And Quiet on the Set documentary, really going to take over the random section today. I'm going to start things off with the random section. My name is DJ KP. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Help me out, guys. Click that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000. It's been a goal of mine ever since I started the channel, and we're almost there. So please hit the subscribe button and hop in that chat. We got a lot to talk about. All right, let's get into it, guys. Share the live and hop in the chat. It's time for my full breakdown of the Quiet on the Set documentary about the tragic lives of child actors and early Nickelodeon. Honestly, guys, that documentary is not what everyone made it out to be. I've been hearing people talk about Dan Schneider all week long. Dan Schneider this, Dan Schneider that. Well, let's get into it. Let's break it down. This is KP in the Morning. This is our very first topic of the morning. It's the Quiet on the Set documentary. Everyone is talking about this. There's the man that everyone's talking about, Dan Snyder. That is the cover of the documentary. Huge documentary that just came out. Drake Bell is testifying in the doc. Amanda Bynes, they talk about her a lot. She's not actually testifying in the doc. But first off, let me know if you've seen it. Have you seen this documentary? Somebody hop in the chat real quick. Hey, Danny Lopez, what's up? Mindy Richards, what's going on? Yeah, share that live. You're definitely on time. What's up, Danny? So that's the guy in question. His name is Dan Schneider. I mean, that's a terrible name at this point. If your name is Dan Snyder, I feel bad for you because we got two Dan Snyders who are famous. This guy and the absolutely hated ex-owner of the Washington Commanders. So just a terrible name right now. Nobody likes a Dan Snyder. There he is, getting a little too close to one of the child actors. And let me go back to this pic because seriously, guys, this documentary is not what everyone made it out to be. Really isn't. Everyone's trying to make this guy out to be like the worst guy of all time. He's no saint. He's no angel. But I can't believe everyone is not talking about this guy right here. This guy in the middle, Brian Peck. I haven't seen too many people on Facebook talking about Brian Peck. I mean, I am in no way defending Dan Snyder. But this guy, Brian Peck, is about 100 times worse. 100 times worse. What a piece of shit. It's absolutely tragic what he did to Drake Bell. Pretty much derailed a very talented young man in his whole career. And the most tragic part about this documentary, yeah, but Daisy, they're making it seem like Dan Snyder did. I mean, Daisy, name me one thing that Dan Snyder did. And I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying I cannot believe everyone's talking about Dan Snyder when this motherfucker exists. It's one of the most tragic stories I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to break it down to you real quick. Share the live, just like Johnny Nobles. Johnny, have you seen this documentary? It is crazy. I was furiously angry during it. I was horribly sad during it. The amount of emotions that this documentary brings you through. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Dan Snyder, like, man, I'm going to get canceled. But Dan Snyder is actually like, he's like the GOAT when it comes to making kids content. And I watched that whole documentary very closely. And I was looking, okay, what did this motherfucker do? And I wasn't finding too much crazy evidence. But these three men right here, some of the worst evil that is on this planet. And I'm just going to break it down for you really quick. So this guy in the middle, his name is Brian Peck. Brian Peck. And it's weird because he's the one who abused Drake Bell. And what was Drake Bell's co-host name? Josh Peck. And I didn't do any research, but somebody Google it for me. Is Brian Peck related to Josh Peck? How crazy would that be? But aside from that, let me just take it back to the beginning. So Drake Bell becomes a child actor, and he has this amazing father. All right, Drake Bell's father, my absolute favorite character in the documentary. Hell of a father. So Drake Bell's father starts out as his manager. He gets him into show business, but him and his wife not doing too good. Very bad relationship. They're butting heads. But Drake Bell has a great dad who loved him very much. Gets him into acting. And then Drake Bell gets accepted onto the Amanda Show. Great show. I loved that show when I was growing up. And when he gets accepted onto the Amanda Show, he starts getting mentored by this guy named Brian Peck. All right? And Brian starts getting too close to Drake. He's getting too close to Drake, and the dad notices. The dad is literally noticing. He's bringing it up. He's like, I'm pretty sure my son can dress himself. I'm pretty sure you don't need to touch him there. I'm pretty sure this is over the line. And then everyone on set just ostracizes the dad, makes it seem like he's problematic or something. And the whole time, he knew. So Drake's dad knew the entire time. He was telling him, I don't want my son alone with this guy, Brian Peck. And then Brian Peck literally convinces Drake and his mom to have Drake's dad not be his manager anymore. And now the mom is the manager. Well, the mom, and the dad tells the mom, all right, I'm not the manager anymore. But if you listen to one thing I'm saying, this is what the dad said to the mom. Just don't let my son around Brian Peck. That was the last words of the dad after he wasn't the manager anymore. He was swearing that Brian Peck was a bad news the whole time. And he told the mom, whatever you do, just don't let my son around Brian Peck. And what does she do? She lets Drake sleep over at the guy's house over and over and over again. And I'm not going to get into it, but the abuse is as bad as you could ever imagine. This guy put Drake Bell through hell. And I don't want to spoil the whole documentary, but I'm very passionate about it, so I'm going to keep talking about it. And then when Drake Bell finally reaches his breaking point and confesses about all this abuse that this guy has done to him, and they finally get this guy in court, and the court date finally shows up, Drake Bell gets into court, and he looks at the courtroom, because you know how the courtroom is divided into two sides, right? Each party's side. Drake only had his parents there and like one other friend, and Brian Peck had like all of Hollywood out there to support him. So it really shows you that Hollywood is compromised, full of pedophiles, just like all the QAnon people always said. We'll always make fun of them. And then countless stuff like this just keeps coming up. So when are we going to take that serious? You know what I mean? But yeah, watch the documentary. Jack, talk about it. Talk to me, Jack. Jack says, I don't buy it. Yeah, Jack, I don't buy the whole Dan Snyder thing, but these three guys, get them off the planet. Because this guy right here, too, I don't remember his name. His name was Jason something over on the left. I don't even like saying what these people did, but just know these are the evil people in the documentary right here. If you really want to focus on some absolute dirt of human beings, it's them right there. And I can't believe Dan Schneider really got the brunt of it because, my God. Yeah, Jack, talk to me a little bit. What don't you buy about the documentary? Because I wasn't buying certain things, too. Get them off the whole planet, man. I couldn't stand that shit, especially when I might just rant about this for another 10 minutes because the dad, guys, Drake Bell's dad, you have to watch this documentary for Drake Bell's dad. That is a good dad. He knew the whole time. Oh, my God, yeah. So there's this one story where Drake Bell's dad is like, man, this guy keeps dressing my son. He's fully capable of dressing himself. He's putting his hands all over him. He goes over to a stage assistant or something. He goes, man, this guy Brian Peck is really inappropriate, and I don't like him around my son. And the stagehand goes, oh, well, he's homosexual. You're probably just homophobic. Literally trying to convince the dad, oh, you probably just think that because you're a bad person. Fast forward like 5 years later, and Drake Bell has been horribly abused over and over and over in the worst ways possible by this guy. And he knew the whole time. And sometimes you just got to trust your gut. That's all I'm saying right now. Especially all the fathers out there. You just got to trust your gut sometimes. They tried to gaslight that dad big time. Big time. Don't believe your lying ears, eyes, and brain. Yeah. Hate that. I really, really hate that. Anybody got anything to say? Anybody want to call in, talk about this documentary? I'll post the number. I'm sure y'all are shy right now in the morning, but that's the number. If you want to call in, give your 2 cents on the Quiet on the Set documentary, go ahead and do that. I got a few more slides on it. There he is, Drake Bell. I feel for you, bro. Oh, my gosh, but there is one thing I need to talk about Drake Bell that no one else is really talking about, and this is crazy. So you watch this documentary, you're feeling terrible for Drake Bell, and then like later in the documentary, and they kind of just gloss over it, he pleads guilty to like inappropriately contacting a minor. Yeah, Drake, later in his life, pleads guilty to inappropriate contact with a minor. So it's almost like he got bit by a vampire and he has the bug now. Like, I thought that was crazy. And I feel for Drake, but he literally pled guilty to inappropriate contact with a minor, and he did his time and everything. And I thought that was really fascinating too, because it seems like it's like a disease. It's like a virus, you know? It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. And then the mom, I really kind of hate Drake Bell's mom. Horrible, you know? Bad mom. Literally said, oh, she didn't like to drive, so she just let Brian Peck take him everywhere and anywhere because she didn't like to drive. And they only gave Brian 16 months. That's very true. 16 months because all his Hollywood buddies came out and supported him. All these people wrote letters of support, and they showed some of the letters of support. This is what some of these Hollywood elites were saying. Oh, Brian, this is very uncharacteristic of Brian, and he got tempted by how'd they put it? He was tempted by jailbait. They literally put that in the letter, some guy. Jack, are you being facetious? You've never heard of Drake Bell? We're talking about Drake and Josh. We're talking about, remember the Amanda Show? And I also just wanted to talk about the Amanda Show a little bit, because when I was watching the Quiet on the Set documentary, all these memories of the Amanda Show came flooding back to me. I don't think people talk about that show enough. Amanda Bynes was an absolute bona fide comedic genius as a young girl. She really was. I can't believe the stuff she did on that show. And looking back, I mean, I was born in 1990, so I was probably around 12, 13 when that show came out. So I'm a young boy, and I'm trying to cope with, man, I'm watching a girl show, and I'm loving it. And, like, I almost did not want to like the Amanda Show because, like, it just seemed like I'm a boy. I'm supposed to like boy stuff. But she was a comedic genius. She had me cracking up. They had some great sketches on that show, great energy. She was involved in every single sketch. She was amazing, man. Yeah, Amanda Bynes was absolutely amazing, and I forgot. I haven't thought about her in a long time, but what she did on that Amanda Show and on the early years of all that, really incredible. And they broke a great talent in Hollywood. They broke many great talents in Hollywood. Yeah, so many famous people wrote letters. Some people involved with Boy Meets World wrote letters. Some other kids shows wrote letters. The guy who played he played like Superman in a show called like Small World. He wrote a letter. Yeah, and that's true. And I actually got a picture of Amanda Bynes. Dude, look what they did to her. I mean, what comes to mind when I see this is just completely unnatural. Like, this person was a human, and you just took the humanity right out of them. The eyebrows, the hair, the complexion, the redness. I just feel so bad for her. She got broke. She got broken by the system. Actually, so we get a lot of facts about Drake Bell. We don't get too many facts about Amanda Bynes, but the proof is in the pudding. Like something not right happened. And she was one of the greatest comedic minds of our generation, man. But yeah, watch the documentary. Watch them all. Watch all episodes of the documentary and make your own opinions about Dan Snyder. Don't get all caught up in what everyone's saying about Dan Snyder. I didn't see too much about Dan. I saw a whole lot about those other three demons in human form. And but I will say this about Dan Snyder. He had a foot fetish. And he did some stuff that was bad. And that stuff that, like, who made Ariana Grande do all that stuff? That, yikes. They knew exactly what they were doing with all the Ariana Grande content of her sucking her own toes, her trying to get the juice out of a potato. That was literally, and I hate even saying it, but that was bona fide pedophile porn. And I don't know who was in charge of that, but that was despicable. That was on your platform and that someone could watch that and give it a green light. Jack, if you've not seen the documentary, the Ariana Grande, hey, I'm calling it like it is. Trust me, Dan Snyder, not that bad. But the stuff that Ariana Grande did was bad, Jack. You have to watch it for yourself. It's literally pedophile porn. It literally is. It's crazy what they made her do. it just, once you see it, yeah, it's obvious. But I will say this. It's interesting that it seemed like Dan Snyder had a foot fetish. And I remember this back in the day. They had a lot of foot logos. They were really, but I mean, you can make the case that kids think feet are funny. You know, kids think feet are smelly and funny, and they love gross things, and they like getting gross and getting messy. Jack, no. No. No, Jack.
Not up in here!
Not up in here, Jack. But yeah, I watched the doc. I'm kind of the devil's advocate sometimes, but when I saw the Dan Snyder stuff, I kind of just thought he's the GOAT. I mean, let me know what he did. Maybe I missed something. Let me know in the chat real quick. I'm not trying to defend a bad man, but when it comes to those other people, I just don't know why everybody's talking about Dan Snyder. Oh, and yeah, here's his apology. Let's check in on Dan.
In some people's eyes, and it made me feel all right. When I watched the show, I could see the hurt in some people's eyes, and it made me feel awful and regretful and sorry. I wish I could go back, especially to those earlier years of my career, and bring the growth and the...
Like, honestly, when I watched the doc, it just seemed like this guy was kind of annoying. He was a perfectionist. He demanded a lot of massages on his shoulders and neck.
Asshole to anyone ever.
He had a pretty messed up sense of humor, but nothing that, like, because doesn't Brian Peck still exist? Didn't he only get 16 months, and we're talking about this guy? Is Brian Peck literally still walking around, and we're talking about this guy? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Daisy said, wait a minute, bro. Is the Tebow from iCarly? I don't know nothing about iCarly. That's past my time. I was a first-generation All That watcher. I was a first-generation Amanda Show watcher. Keenan and Kel. Got a little bit of SpongeBob before I was too old. Fairly Odd Parents, got a little bit of that. But yeah. That documentary, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it so you can get part of the discussion. Everyone's talking about it. You need to be part of this discussion. Shout out to C-Mac, because I loved this post because I relate to this post. This is me if I'm Drake Bell's father. After I told everybody I knew what was going on, and you gaslit me, and now my son got over and over and over and over. I don't know what I would do. And if you don't know what this picture is referring to, it's a pretty badass scene. All right, look it up. And this show was also past my time. It was called, what was it called again? Just Jordan. He went viral. He said, Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no ass. So be strong out there, guys. Just like Jordan. Because it's kind of incredible how so many people can get pressured into these situations they don't want to be in. Like, stay strong. Tell a guardian you can come forward to somebody. You can stand up to evil. Just like Jules Jordan. Oh, no, wait. His name is Jordan Lewis. All right, guys. We're off of it unless someone wants to keep talking about it. Oh, yeah, and if you don't know who Brian Peck was, and you were a first-generation All That watcher like me, he literally is Pickle Boy. Just held a plate full of phallic images. Oh, my God, it seems like we have a co-host entering. Oh, okay. Nope. So Kenny Flight has missed the episode again, I just want to point out. That is just hilarious. He literally told me, I'm going to set an alarm every week now. I'm going to set an alarm at 9. I'm going to be there. I cannot wait. I'm fully invested. Holy crap. That boy cannot wake up. It's a problem. I'm worried about you, Kenny. All right. Anybody else want to keep talking about the doc? It looks like we're losing people on the doc. I'm moving on. Daisy B, you ready for your co-host debut? I think you might be.
Not up in here!
Just kidding. We'll get you on. We'll get you on. I think you'd be a good co-host, honestly. You'd definitely be a good co-host. I'm looking at the ring door. I don't see no Kenny car in the driveway. I'll tell you that much. I think we're going to have to go without the Ken Meister. All right, guys, I'm off the dock now. If anyone has anything else to say about the dock, say it now. I'm about to switch topics. All right, here we go. It's kind of hard to switch topics after something so heavy like that. Well, we're getting into health now. Let's get into some health. I'm going to go fast now. This is what food products would look like if the labeling was honest. And I thought this was a pretty great post. Cheetos. What does that say? GMO corn styrofoam. Flamin' hot. Red 40. That's what you're eating. That seriously is what you're eating. What I say about Amanda Bynes a little bit earlier. Unnatural. This food right here. Unnatural. You don't need it. It's going to turn you into a demon. Not a single bit of cheese. That's what you're eating. Whipped lard and GMO corn sludge. That's what you're eating, guys. I can't believe it's... It's not, I can't believe it's not. It's, I can't believe it is soybean oil, palm kernel oil, palm oil water, salt, soy lecithin, vinegar, vitamin A pomade, Bella. I don't even know these words, and natural flavors. That's what you're eating, guys. 100% juice from an orange tree that was stripped of its oxygen so it could be stored for a year. You get the picture by now. And a little bit more about your health, guys. This is what you want to be eating. I got a nice example right here. Or I guess these are the two ways you make the choice. You can either eat on the left or eat the way on the right. Check it out. Turn that down, get copywritten. But yeah, it kind of says it all right there. So basically, these are two 1,000 calorie meals. A little bit under 1,000. So yeah, the one on the left, basically 1,000. The one on the right, 980. But look at all the more food you get on the right. And on the left, you get literally sugar, bread, sugar, milk. You got some sugar and some cream. You got some sugar and some bread. Or you can get all that protein, all that complex carbohydrates, some avocado, vegetable fiber, fruit sugar. How do you want to live your life, guys? Let's get healthy this summer. Okay, this is a fun one. Let's get into some fun stuff. No more Dan Snyder documentary talk. McDonald's reveals new employee uniforms. Check that out. That's weird. These are what the new employee uniforms are going to look like at McDonald's. Looking fly right there. That's trendy. That's just how the kids are dressing. How am I supposed to know who's working at McDonald's if they're looking like this? Hey, all the kids watching the show, are you going to be more likely to work at McDonald's because they got you dressing better? No more of that hat. See, I could never work at a fast food place that made me wear a visor or a hat. That is degrading. That is degrading. I can't be wearing no Wendy's visor, man. Come on. Actually, I think I did have a job like that. I worked at Subway, had to wear the Subway visor. Oh, that's cringe. But what do y'all think about the new McDonald's uniforms? Is this a W or an L? How am I supposed to know who's working when they look just like every other kid in the restaurant? I don't know. Share the live, everybody. We're on the road to 1,000. This is KP in the morning. Big goal of mine to get 1,000 subscribers. Help me out. Nobody wants to call in. We're taking the number down. Let's move it on. We're picking up the pace here on KP in the morning. All right. This is kind of an older story, but it's kind of coming to fruition right now. Man, that wild card game that the Chiefs had that was so cold, literally many fans had to get limbs amputated because of the frostbite. Now, that's crazy. And I'm thinking, like, do you sue the team or did you sign a waiver when you went? And I'm not a big suing guy. Like, you knew it was cold. Like, you can't sue nobody. But I'm just wondering, is anybody taking legal action? What are they doing about this? Many fans who attended the Chiefs' wild card victory over the Dolphins at Arrowhead Stadium. So how do you think that the people from Miami felt? You got people from Kansas City losing limbs. The people from Miami must be dead. And, but yeah, they suffered from frostbite and are now facing the need for amputations. 70% of the frostbite victims who sought medical attention at the Grossman Burn Center. And I thought that was fascinating too. Did you all know that you treat frostbite the same way you treat burns? I did not know that. Yeah, if you get frostbite, you go to a burn center. That's kind of fascinating in itself. But yeah, is it worth it? Man. All to see a football team? Get your priorities in order. Like this next kid. I got another frostbite story coming up. Check this out. This one is insane. Check this out, guys. Wild story. Student persuaded by friend to amputate his legs for a $1.3 million insurance scam. That is wild. I have more information on this too. Where is this? Is this in Tokyo or China or something? They seem Asian. So a 23-year-old man in Taiwan had his legs amputated and received $1.3 million of insurance payout. This is how he did it. According to investigators, they had to investigate this guy. His friend, shout out to the friend, Lord, he convinced him to immerse his feet in a bucket of dry ice for 10 hours in order to deliberately get frostbite. He put his legs in a bucket of dry ice for 10 hours. I mean, after that, you probably just take a pickaxe to him and your legs just shatter, right? Just like Han Solo or whoever else gets cryogenically frozen in the movies. However, the scheme failed when the medical personnel found his injuries to be suspicious in nature. Dude, you froze your legs off and you're not even getting that bag. Talk about fumbling the bag. He's fumbling and stumbling. He's got no legs. And one more little fact. I'm full of crazy little factoids. There is a place, there's a county in Florida that they have nicknamed it something like Chop Chop County because so many weirdos have figured out a gimmick where they deliberately amputate a leg and an arm and then they get disability for the rest of their life. Look that up. That's a real story. I remember I read that like a couple years ago, and something about that, they always amputate the right leg and the left arm. That way they can still use crutches. There are crazy people out there that will do anything to not work. I like working. All right. Quit convincing yourself you don't like working. All right. You like to work. That's what life's all about. The cicadas are coming. I'm not excited about that. Big, noisy, disgusting bug. And they say this is going to be the worst cicada year in many years. A once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Because if you don't know about these things, they go under the ground, and some of them stay under there for 7 years. Some of them stay under there for 10 years. Some of them stay under there for like 21 years. Well, somehow, two groups are going to come up at the same time, and we haven't had two groups come up at the same time in a long time. So I just pray it's not that bad, because I hate those little guys. They're noisy. They're disgusting. All right, let's move on. Hey, if you're having a bad day this morning, at least you're not this guy. This guy got his car towed, and I guess the towing company was moving too fast, and then his car also got a speeding ticket. Because, you know, those cameras, they just scan license plates. Now, that's terrible. And, of course, you dispute it and everything, but no one wants to go through all that work. Hey, that's right, Daisy B. You might have like an Iceman situation, an Ice Lady situation going on. Shout out to the X-Men. You never know. You might find yourself in a superhero situation. Maybe get a little radioactive activity. I don't know. Radioactive material. Put that in the dry ice. Okay, this is a good one too. So this is just, I think this person in the car might be the dumbest person I've ever seen, because they're in a car wash, obviously, and they got their window down. And what do they think is going to happen? Well, just check it out for yourself. Let her replay one more time, guys. You kind of missed the beginning. So she's washing the car. They have their window down, so they get wet in there. They get offended because they have their window down in the car wash. They throw their drink on this person. They get lit up with the power washer. What else did you expect? You're in a car wash with your window down, and you get that mad that you got wet? You got no one to blame but yourself, and then she has a power wash gun. I would have lit them up a little bit longer. I would have given them a full 10 seconds of power washing. I would have washed their whole radio. I would have washed their AC unit. It would have been crystal clean in that car if I was the one holding that power washer. Those eyeballs would have been clean. They'd have 20/20 vision after I was done with them. Another good one in the random section. Who knows if Kenny Flight will be making his way. Kenny, kind of embarrassing to this morning, Kenny. Kind of. I mean, you said you were like, I got it this time. I got it. I'm gonna set an alarm. Hey, I love you, Kenny. It's just this one's funny. This one's funny. All right, another one from the. I love seeing thieves get caught. I love karma. I love justice. And here's a nice little clip for you. They set a trap for this. This guy was about to steal a jet ski, and now they're going to find him in their thief hole in the morning. Oh, fuck. That's going to be a long night, and they're going to find you in their thief hole in the morning. Genius design, because they got the jet ski that close up to the tall grass. Of course, they're not going to go that way. They're going to go the way where the hole is, and he's trapped. What else I got for you? Hey, let's skip over into the sports section. I don't think Kenny's coming. I was going to save the sports section for Kenny. He loves the sports stuff. But I'm losing faith. I'm going to the sports section. Hey, my guy Conor McGregor, he's making his return to the UFC. And just announced he's going to be fighting Michael Chandler. That's going to be a very, very exciting match. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan. He's the GOAT in the sport. The sport's always better when he's in it. Sport's always better with Conor. And I really like Michael Chandler, too. So I'm definitely going to be watching that one. All right, next up in sports, it's official. This guy, Victor Wembanyama, is the greatest rookie in the history of the NBA. He's got way better numbers than LeBron's rookie year. He really is doing it. He is great. The numbers he's putting up. And let's just take a look at him playing real quick. How is he doing it? He's 7'5", I believe. Look at him dribble. Reverse layup like I've never seen before in my life. Blocks. This guy is all he was cracked up to be. He's living up to the hype. He's an absolute freak of nature. He's a freak of nature, man. How do you make a kid like that? I'd like to interview his parents. But yeah, let me get into the stats to really show you how good this guy is. Now, this is a real stat, guys. Where are my sports people at? Where are my sports people at? Share the live. We're getting into the sports section. This is KP in the Morning, everyone's favorite new live morning talk show. Victor Wembanyama already has more career blocks than 81% of all active players. He's a rookie, and he's not even through his first season. He already has more blocks than over 80% of the active players in the NBA. He's a blocking machine. He should definitely win Defensive Player of the Year, but he probably won't just because he's a rookie. But here's the case why he should make it. He literally is the first player in NBA history with 200 blocks, 100 threes, and 75 plus steals. First player ever. And they've been playing basketball in the NBA for a while. First player ever. He might go down as the GOAT. He has better numbers and fewer minutes played than LeBron did in his rookie season. All right, some more NBA news. James Harden acting a fool. What else is new? What possessed James Harden to do this? Passes out to Paul George and defends his three. A lot of people were talking about this. Literally defends his own teammate. Look at this. Passes out, goes out, and he's contesting his own teammate's shot. James Harden always been a weirdo, and nothing has changed. One more time. Passes it, and literally puts a hand in Kawhi's face. Maybe he thinks Kawhi shoots better with the hand in his face. That's something I thought maybe he was trying to do, but he missed the three, so come on, bro. All right, I love NBA basketball. We got a lot of NBA stuff in this sports section. All right, I think free throws are kind of ruining the game of basketball. Speaking of James Harden, he's the only player in the history of the NBA to have more free throws than field goals. All right, that's not cool. I don't watch NBA basketball to see a free throw shooting competition. All right, to me that bugs me. It slows down the game. I literally wish they would call 50% fewer fouls. Let those boys run up and down that court and let them get a little physical. You know what I mean? But speaking of that, somebody did the research and made a list of most points per game when you take out free throws, and Luka has the highest of all time, and Michael Jordan is number 2. So I feel like that's very telling. Luka is really that dude. He don't even rely on going to the foul line. He really is making field goals, even more so than Michael Jordan. So yeah, Luka, I think he's my leader for MVP this year. He just does too much. Yeah, hell of a player. Oh yeah, and do you know what he drives, guys? This is what Luka drives. I love Luka. I love him as a person. I think he's great for the sport. And look at what he drives, like a military. He's a man from Serbia, and it looks like he drives a military vehicle. How badass is that? This is what Luka drives to the stadium. Now that's a man right there. He's ready for anything. Don't get in his way out coming out of that stadium. That looks like he's ready for a zombie apocalypse. Hey, Serbians, man, they know how to do it. They know how to spend their money, those Serbians. Oh my gosh. I think it was the anniversary of this game, and it really got me thinking, man. I remember when this happened when I was a kid. But, man, these stats really make you scratch your head. Lisa Leslie, when she was in high school, had a game where she scored 101 points in 16 minutes. How's that possible? Like, literally, I would like to watch that game from start to finish. Because was it just a layup line for Lisa Leslie? That's a lot of L's. Layup line, Lisa Leslie. If you like alliteration, you like that sentence. But yeah, I did the math. So let's just say it's 100 points in 16 minutes. That means she scored over three. Yeah, I think I'm doing the math correctly. That means she scored over 3 field goals every single minute in that game. She's the GOAT. No one talks about her enough anymore. Talk a lot about Brittany Griner and stuff like that, but she's the GOAT. Oh, I had this for Kenny. This was a Kenny story. He really likes the Knicks. And one of his favorite players, Josh Hart, this just didn't seem right to me. First player this season to play the whole game? Wouldn't you think there'd be more players playing the entire game? Like, is it that hard for these NBA guys to play the whole game? I played in high school. I played the whole game. I know it's shorter quarters and everything, but damn, I never thought I had to leave the game ever. So I'm always wondering why these NBA guys feel like they need so much rest. But I'm probably just naive. I've never been in the NBA. All right, what do we got here? Rudy Gobert. He's probably going to win the Defensive Player of the Year this year, but he really doesn't deserve it. It should be Victor Wembanyama's. But he was kind of pointing out that when he got strangled by Draymond Green got a $25,000 fine. But when Rudy Gobert went like this, he got a $100,000 fine for doing the money sign. He got assaulted on the court, and that guy only had to pay $25,000. So what does that tell you? Don't mess with the NBA's bag. I think he was trying to say like the refs were getting paid off. All he had to do was rub his thumb on his fingers, and he has to pay $100,000. That seems pretty steep, especially when you just got assaulted last week on live television, and that guy had a fourth of the fine. Make it make sense. All right, let's get into the music section, everybody. Music section. Really was planning on Kenny Flight to be here. Had a lot of stuff I wanted to bounce off his head. So some of these I'm not going to get into. All right, music section. I got a good music section. Man, it's been nothing but festival announcements so far this spring and late into winter. And we got another huge festival coming to Ocean City, Maryland. It's called, so y'all heard about Oceans Calling. That was the talk of the week, the talk of the month. But now they got Country Calling. So if you're a country music fan, they got they got 2 back-to-back festivals, back-to-back weeks, I believe. Well, they're very, very close together. Oceans Calling and Country Calling. I don't know if they're in cahoots or if Country Calling just kind of ripped off the name. But either way, they got a very legitimate country festival coming to Ocean City. So if you like country music, get involved, get your tickets. I'm sure it's going to sell out. Populous Chief, what's going on, man? You going to this country-ass festival, Populous Chief? Huge, huge lineup just announced. Because if you know a little bit about me, I have been DJing at Cowboy Coast for the past 6 years. Never was a country guy, but after 6 years at Cowboy Coast, I'll admit I like country music, y'all. That's a good-ass genre of music. My favorite part about country is the songwriting. The lyrics in country music, very profound. And they get a bad rap, like all they talk about is trucks, beer, and leaving their wives. But nah, they have great analogies in this country music. Great lyrics, seriously. Check it out. Oh, also Teddy Swims coming to the Bottle and Cork. That's actually a really, really big booking. Ocean City on the upswing. If you don't know who Teddy Swims is, there's this little thing called the Billboard Top 40. He's got the number 2 song in the country. Number 2 song in the country. He's coming to Ocean City, Maryland to show off his singing ability. Great singer. It does kind of feel like you're not allowed to sing unless you got tons of face tattoos now. He's doing the whole Post Malone thing. Can't we get a normal guy singing again? But no, I do like this guy, but I'm just saying. It seems like that is a prerequisite to getting famous. You need to jelly roll yourself. You need to Post Malone yourself. Okay, Northwest in the news. Northwest just gave her very first on-camera interview about, I think her new album is called Elementary School Dropout. She's definitely Kanye's daughter. I've never really heard her speak, so let's listen up.
Well, I know they're coming out with a new album, so I wanted to know, how do you feel about coming out with their own album now, and what can everyone expect, and when is it going to drop, because we're all very excited.
It's going to be great.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's all we get? It's going to be great?
Well, I know they're coming out with a new album.
I don't even know why they're interviewing her. It's just like, you're literally famous because you're someone's daughter. We've never heard any music out of you. We don't even know if you're talented.
It's going to be great.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I don't know how I feel about this whole
Well, I know they're coming out with a new
Northwest thing.
How do you feel about coming out with their own album now?
It almost feels like the elites can just tell y'all who to like and you'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
Good. How are you?
Have you seen the footage of all these kids rushing the stage at that big festival that just passed. And they're not even performing at the festival. Kanye always just does a listening party.
It's gonna be great. How you doing today?
And he brings his daughter up there, and everyone just cheers and cheers like, oh, my God. Tell me who to like, Kanye. Tell me who to like. Tell me what to do. Tell me what fashion is good. Tell me everything. I can't think. Limp Bizkit had a nice concert. Danny Lopez, writings from a school desk for a fate tattoo. Yep. That's authentic stuff right there. Prison tattoos on your face. That'll take you to the next level. Who doesn't like a little Limp Bizkit, man? Now that's a show. Look at this crowd going fucking nuts for Limp Bizkit in 2024. It's just one of those days. That's a crowd right there, man. I don't care what the genre is. If the crowd's looking like that, I want to be a part of it, man. Yeah. It's that simple. That's a vibe. Hot take, but I hate Kanye. Kanye is a complicated subject for me, Daisy. It's like, love the old Kanye, the new Man, I thought it was pretty cool when he did the gospel stuff. And no one's talking about the fact that he went from the gospel. Dude, he won a gospel award, and now he's, I just want to fuck some right now. And she says this up my dick. How do you go from winning a gospel award to, and she says she's up my dick? How do you, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, Kanye, the demons got back in your brain, bro. You put you back on your medication, didn't they, Kanye? Hey, Hot Girl Summer 2024. Megan Thee Stallion is going to be touring with Glorilla. Look out, ladies. There's going to be some pent-up aggressive ladies at that concert, I tell you what. But nah, I'm just kidding. That's going to be fun. Hot Girl Summer, Glorilla. It just makes sense. That's going to be a huge tour. Huge tour. Glorilla got a huge song right now. She had a huge song a year ago. She got some of the biggest hits in the genre right now. And obviously so does Megan Thee Stallion. That's going to be hype. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to KP in the Morning. Really glad to have you in here. Do me a favor, share the live, and subscribe to the channel. I'm a humble man, and I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Help me out. Help me do it. I'm alone in the studio today. Kind of expected Kenny Flight to be here since he said he would be here every Thursday morning. And I had some things to talk to him about. So this is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode than I intended, but I'm going to keep stalling. Let's go back to some of these random topics. Here. Okay, here we go. All right, we had so the migrants in New York City have gone absolutely crazy. And they're kind of turning it into kind of like a third world environment over there. And this clip, though, really, really caught my eye because this lady was not taking the bullshit, all right? Some guy was flying by on one of those bird scooters, right? Tried to snatch her purse. And just look how she handled it. She got a hold of this guy who tried to steal her purse, and she is not letting go of him. She's ragdolling this man. You got the wrong bitch. Dude. He's pleading for help now. You stole her purse. You were on a scooter and you tried to take her purse. Now she's going to beat the shit out of you because she's a strong woman. She don't even want the purse anymore. She wants something else. She's out for revenge. I'm like that. A lot of honking. strong lady, man. That's a strong girl. Sign her up for the UFC. Get her into some grappling. She got a future. Let's keep it moving. Okay, this guy had some advice for all the inner city youths in Philadelphia, and I thought it was a good message, man.
Not the city of Philadelphia, you gonna get prosecuted. Don't get a suitcase walk. That's not gonna happen anymore. Not the city of Philadelphia, you gonna get prosecuted, and it's gonna be a felony. It ain't gonna be a misdemeanor.
Can you say something to the youth, please, about all this going on?
Well, all I have to say to the youth is put down the guns.
Danny, that's right. Get her against Jake Paul. That'd be great.
The chances are you're not gonna make it home. I hate to say it like that.
All right, this is kind of long and drawn out, so I'll just kind of sum it up for you. He's basically urging the parents of Philadelphia, tear apart your kid's room and get those guns, man. Some kids just let off 40 rounds today at a bus stop, killed some innocent people. They're shooting all over the place. He's just, in Philadelphia, he was just urging the parents, tear your kid's room apart and get that gun, because once they kill somebody, you're going to jail as a parent. And I thought that was some real shit. All right, I guess they're shooting some footage for Zoolander 4 or some remake of Zoolander. But nah, I'm just kidding. But do you remember Zoolander when they had that gasoline fight? This clip reminds me of that. Look at these fucking idiots fighting at the gasoline pipe. What'd I just say? Gasoline pipe? Imagine you're pumping your gas and you see this over at the other pump. A gas fight. And it's a man versus a woman. I mean, what the fuck? Who is on this type of time?
She smacked this shit.
Dude, one spark and you're toast. Almost literally, one spark and you're toast. Well done, burnt toast. A gas fight. Dude, they literally they wrote that into the Zoolander movie. You know what I'm talking about? Zoolander, Blue Steel, Ben Stiller. They wrote that into the movie because it's hilarious. And here it is in real life. That is just too funny to me, man. You'll never find me fighting with some gasoline. And then she hits him with the gas pump. Look at this. Oh, dude, why are you hitting a woman? Just like, why? Dude. Piece of shit, man. Shouldn't be fighting. Hate to see it, but that is remarkable. To be fighting with gasoline. Don't be wasting the premium. Hopefully it was unleaded. That's why the gas prices are so high. Okay, this is some bad news. The U.S. has dropped out of the world's top 20 happiest countries as younger people report decrease in happiness. What's going on? Why are these young kids so depressed? I don't have much to say about that, but let's all cheer up this summer. Let's all get healthy. And that's going to help right there. Let's stop eating all the chemicals. Let's eat naturally. Let's go to sleep. Let's do this summer. Let's get 8 hours of sleep a night. Let's drink plenty of water, all right? Let's get sunlight, and you will be fine, all right? You'll have yourself a happy, healthy summer. Just do those 3 things for me, all right, guys? Just do those 3 things. Let's move it on. Nah, I'm not going to do that one. All right, this one, hopefully you'll find this fascinating. I've never seen this process before in my life. This is just how silk is made. Who knew? It required so many bugs. You know, that really soft material, silk, this is how they make it. So I guess it's called the silkworm, and they make all the silk and all this to get a very soft handkerchief. All this. Okay, I guess it just started over. So yeah, you saw the process at the end there. Very intricate, weird, disgusting process to getting silk. I didn't know silk was like a bug product. Hey, I learned something today. Hopefully you did too. Oh, this is a good one. Random craziness. This is actually a really good one. Watch this, watch this, watch this. So we got a welder standing on a metal barrel full of an unknown substance while welding, all right? Good thing they weren't having a gasoline fight, too. It could have been even worse. Damn! That's why you don't want to spark around an ignitable substance. Lord, I think they're okay somehow. A spark hits the wrong part. Oh, you can see the spark go down and hit the barrel. Get a ladder, dude. Ah, the ladder's all the way in the truck. I got this barrel full of gasoline. I'll just use that. Hey, bro, you want this ladder? Nah, I got this barrel full of unleaded gasoline. All right, here's some legitimate technology news. Y'all know what Elon Musk is up to? I don't know what to think about this guy, Elon. Sometimes I'm a fan of him. Sometimes I'm think this is like a potential antichrist kind of guy. But he's putting computers in people's brains. And now they can move mouse cursors with their brain, move chess pieces on the computer with their brain. This guy is a paraplegic, so it's kind of nice that he can do stuff with his brain. Can't really use his hands. So definitely beneficial for stuff like this. But I want to open up a discussion topic with you good people. Would you ever put something in your brain? Point blank simple. Would you ever let somebody put a chip in your brain? Like, would you ever be that confident with technology? Would you ever just go with the flow? Hey, everyone's putting a chip in their brain. I want a chip too. I just don't see it happening for me personally. I don't see it happening. I'm going to keep doing things the natural way. But it is very fascinating. I can't believe you could pull it off. Like how? Just imagine wrapping your head around inventing something like that. I can't even wrap my head around any type of computer chip or motherboard. So electricity goes through this silicon pathway, and now it can hold memory. Whole thing blows my mind. But now we're literally to the point where implantable brain chip can move things in our external world. It's wild, y'all. And Elon Musk says this is just the beginning. Kind of scary, kind of fascinating. Let's move on. All right, I really like stuff like this. Hopefully you find it fascinating too. I like old footage because things are getting crazy now with the technology. I think things are very unnatural and weird. I like getting back to like the real humanity of it and seeing like this is England, 1896. No technology whatsoever. Everyone's dressed like a fine gentleman or lady. Look at these get-ups, man. And they're clamming. I think they're clamming on a beach, having the time of a lot of smiles. No one seems too sad or upset about anything. They seem pretty fulfilled. They all got great hats. You got to love them hats. Look at the moms in the background, absolutely dressed to the nine, and they're on the beach. I love just seeing how different things used to be. It really does fascinate me. And you can tell that beach. Is that what the beach used to look like? I mean, those people are way out there, and they're up to their ankles. And if you've been to Fenwick Island or Ocean City anytime recently, it's like a 10-foot drop-off as soon as you take a step into the ocean. All right, guys, I'm kind of winding down on this episode. I had a whole bunch of stuff to talk to Kenny about. He is sleeping, though. Hopefully he's okay. You know, obviously, hopefully he's okay, Kenny. No issues here. But you missed another one. Or maybe your first one that you fooled. No, you've missed one before. But, yeah, I had some stuff I wanted to talk to Kenny about. Oh, I got something I can do. Here we go. I forgot. I got one more segment for you good people. Thank you so much for tuning in to KP in the Morning. And this is Delmarva's newest live, uncut, unedited talk show in the mornings. Best way to start your day every Thursday at 10 a.m. And to round things off, I'm going to do a vintage NBA card pulling. Hell yeah, I did it on the last episode of Studio 2. Very successful. I can't wait to see. This is a real unopened vintage pack of NBA cards from the 90s. And if you know anything about the NBA, please stick around. I'm going to unveil all these cards to you right here live. And this is really a pack of NBA hoops, the official NBA card. And it's from 1990. Let me read the back. Send for your official NBA hoops 1990 all-rookie team card. Wow. Things were so simple back in the day. Let's open them up. I got 15 cards in here, all vintage from the 90s. Let's see if I recognize all these players. I grew up watching a lot of NBA basketball. This is pretty exciting for me. Oh, my God. The first guy I see, he used to give Michael Jordan fits. This guy right here, man, I don't know how to say his name. He's like a Serbian or something like Luka. But Drazen Petrovic, and it's a rookie card. This guy used to give Michael Jordan fits. You can look it up on YouTube, man. Petrovic versus Michael Jordan. This guy was not afraid of the smoke. He was a crazy competitor, hell of a shooter, great player, and it's a rookie card. Big pickup right here. I'm excited about that. Never heard of him in my life. His name is Gray Stewart. Or Stuart Gray, my bad. I'm looking at. Yeah, obviously his name is Stuart Gray. All right, more of just stuff I don't know. I've never heard of him. What a name, though, Purvis. Dude, Larry Bird All-Star card. That's what I'm talking about. One of my favorite players of all time. All-Star game was in Miami that year. Loving it. Larry Joe Bird. I never knew his middle name was Joe. That's Larry Legend, everybody. Hell of a card. Nice. We got a nice coach right here. One of the winningest coaches of all time, Don Nelson. Great coach. Probably top 5 in coaching history. Nice. One of the greatest high flyers. And it's a rookie card. Sean Kemp, rookie card. Greatest dunker of all time. Greatest hang time player of all time. If you remember that arcade game, NBA Hang Time, I loved being Sean Kemp on that. Look up Sean Kemp's greatest dunks. Him and Gary Payton were a vibe. Him, Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf. Great Seattle Supersonics team. RIP to the Seattle Supersonics. No way. Another great coach. But it's Steve Kerr back when he played basketball. This is actually the highest paid coach in NBA history right now. Of course, he coaches the Golden State Warriors, and he's also one of the greatest. Look at that, Stephen Douglas Kerr. He's also one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time when it comes to percentage. He won many championships with Michael Jordan, and he won many championships with Tim Duncan. This is a great card to have. Nice, Dan Shea. I've heard the name before, and I'm not too familiar, but he definitely was good. Nice, Mark Aguirre, part of the Bad Boy Pistons. And if you've never seen that Bad Boy Pistons documentary that ESPN put out, you got to watch it. This guy was a big part of it. He was an enforcer, tough player, big part of the Bad Boy Piston teams of the 80s. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not too familiar. Jerome Kersey. Never heard of him. Mark-Andre West. Oh, my gosh. In the last pack of cards, I got a card from him. It's Steph Curry's dad. Steph Curry's dad, Del Curry. I mean, one of the greatest families in NBA history. Seth Curry, Steph Curry, Del Curry. And what's his middle name? It's Steph. I didn't know that till right now. His name is Wardell Stephen Curry. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I used to love the old arcade sports games. I played a lot of NBA Hang Time, and I played a lot of NFL Blitz. Who can relate? NFL Blitz was a weird one. The parents hated that one because it was so violent. You could tackle people and like hurt people after the play. That was a fun game. Del Curry card. I've gotten some good ones here. I'm happy with this card pool. Nice. Actually, this guy I don't know, but I did see the other card. We got another NBA legend. It's the round mound of rebound. Charles Barkley himself. Early days, too. 76ers, Charles Barkley. Probably the best undersized big man of all time. A lot of people don't know this. He's only 6'4", and he played power forward. He was not a tall person. He was just very strong, very massive. Oh, my God. 2 Larry Bird cards in this pack. 1 All-Star, 1 regular. And he definitely was getting older at this point. This is definitely the bad back Larry Bird. But absolutely one of my favorite players because he was so competitive and he was so skilled. Hey, that's the last card pool of the pack, everybody. That was a hell of a pool. Hell of a pool. And I got one more pack, and I'm going to do it on the next episode. We got one more pack. I found 4 unopened vintage NBA card packs. Can't wait to open this one on the next time. And while I'm still talking to you guys, make sure that you know this studio is brought to you by my other studio. I got a few slots left open today. It's literally a world-class studio, and it's only $40 per hour. I mean, inflation has been hurting everybody's pockets, and I remain steady at $40 per hour, okay? I've been doing this over 10 years. Nobody has the experience that I do around here. I've been doing over 700 sessions per year for over 10 years. I've seen every situation in the studio. Nothing tricks me anymore. I know exactly what to do with your music. And all you got to do is pay up front. $40, all right? I can change your career. I can make your music a lot better than it is. Give me a shot. If you don't use me now, it's because you've never used me before. That is the only thing that's holding you back. You're scared to try somebody new, and you should just book with me. Hit me up. I'll send you my Cash App. Lock in a slot. Send that Cash App through, and we'll be locked in, and we'll make a hit, man. I got over 10 years of experience. And if you're not in the area, all you got to do is send me your WAV files. Send me those stems, unmixed, unmastered, and I'll mix and master them for you. It's only $50 per song. You could be anywhere on the planet, really. Send your stems to my email. Send me $50, and your song, Presto Changeo, is going to be a hit overnight. I'm also on your favorite radio station, Power 101.7, every weekday at 5 p.m. Oh, Danny Lopez, seriously. I never even thought about that, but that's a great idea. All you got to do is send me those WAV file stems, unmixed, unmastered, $50 per song. I'm going to send it back to you, completely supercharged and world class. And make sure you come find me out at one of my gigs. I'm currently doing Saturday nights at Warehouse in Salisbury. It's the biggest party in Salisbury. I can't wait to go back this Saturday. I live for Saturday nights. I mean, it's a great party. Those college kids really know how to pour on the good vibes. A lot of smile, a lot of happiness in that club, man. That's what I like to see. Not a lot of BS, not a lot of bad emotions. Just a whole lot of partying with the college kids at Salisbury University. And anyone's invited to come, but it's free for college kids. Cover for regular locals. And that might just do it for KP in the morning. Danny Lopez, thank you so much for tuning in, and Daisy B, thank you so much for tuning in. Anyone else who tuned in? Jack, really nice hearing from you, Jack. Tizaya Marie, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, and I got some new music out. Actually, I got to stop saying it's new. It ain't new, but I got music out, all right? My latest song is called Party Right. Party Right. It's going to be a big summer. Make sure you're partying right, and make sure you're raising those drinks up to the sky. Who likes EDM, y'all? This is a good song.
I wanna start this party right. I wanna start this party. I
Hey, thanks for starting your day right with KP in the morning. Yo, Danny Lopez, I think they'd like this one in Belgium, man. What do you think? Danny, be honest. Are you all partying right in Belgium? Because if not, I might have to book a show over there and show y'all how to really party. But I should turn that down. I'll literally get copywritten with my own music. How funny is that? I also got a song with Trap Beckham. That's Mr. Birthday Bitch himself. I'm not even making a joke. That probably is the #1 most requested song in the history of music. Any birthday girl that goes to the club, they want to hear Birthday Bitch. Well, I have a song with that guy. It's called On Go, featuring Trap Beckham. Dude, Tomorrowland. I love Tomorrowland. I actually went to the first Tomorrow World when they tried to do it in the USA, and it went so horribly wrong, it got canceled, and I think someone died, and it was a huge storm, and I was there for that. Yeah, look up the very first Tomorrow World. It was down in near Atlanta in Georgia, and I was actually there, and it went so terribly, they never did it again. But I love a good festival. Danny Lopez, make sure you're spinning my stuff. I think this one would do good in Belgium. I think this one would be a Belgium hit. I mean, I got into music because of EDM. That's my favorite genre. A lot of people don't know that. All right, but you already heard that one. I'm stalling a little bit. Make sure you look up the new playlists on Spotify. I got some new playlists on Spotify. They're really easy to find. And let me just show you those real quick before we log off. If anybody has a question, let me know. We're almost out of time here on KP in the morning. Yeah, well, can't log into my Spotify. But yeah, I got some great playlists on Spotify. The first one's called KP Classics, all right? Everything mixed and mastered by me. Just my favorite songs of my career. So if you're curious what my best songs sound like of my entire career, go on Spotify and search DJ KP Classics and subscribe to the playlist. And make sure you're tuned in this Monday. I got an absolutely huge episode of Studio 2 with DJ KP coming up this week. One of the biggest rappers in the area. Surely going to bring a lot of viewers to the chat. It's going to be an extremely active chat this Monday, and I want everybody to be involved. Mark your calendars. Monday, 9 p.m., we got Steppa live in the studio, and also Magic the Slime. These guys are really popular. They're from Cambridge, and we're going to have a really, really good time with them. Just wanted to pull up the promo for y'all. Let's refresh. Y'all didn't really see that, did you? So this is the next episode of Studio 2 with DJ KP, airing this Monday at 9 p.m. You do not want to miss it, guys.
Monday at 9 p.m., special guests, Steppa and Magic the Slime.
All right, y'all, I think that's going to do it for me. This has been KP in the morning. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in. Make sure you subscribe, please. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Monday at 9 p.m., special guests, Steppa and Magic the Slime.
Hit that subscribe button, guys. Easiest way to help out the show. I work hard on this show. All right. No Kenny Flight today. Hopefully we get him next week. Cross your fingers. We'll get Kenny Flight in the co-host seat next week. Or we'll get Daisy B. Maybe we'll try Daisy next week. But either way, I love you guys. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to try to entertain you this morning. I'll see you this Monday at 9 p.m. on Studio 2 with DJ KP.
It's crazy.
Studio 2 with DJ KP.